This new construction home in Kansas City has everything that you'd expect to see in $1 million home, but it comes in under $725, and it happens to be one of the most unique two-story plans that we've featured on the channel before. Today, we are in Lee Summit, Missouri. It is one of the largest markets when it comes to new construction, and this one just won multiple awards in the Kansas City Parade of Homes. This is the Monaco by J.W. Thomas Custom Homes. It's 4 beds, 3.5 baths, has an additional bonus study/office off the main floor. It's finished on all 3 levels and comes in over 3,300 square feet. And as soon as you step inside, we are greeted here with the award-winning plaques: silver for pick of the parade and first place for distinctive plan and design. And this one certainly earned it. You've got 2-story ceilings, which is very rare to see when the master is upstairs. And there's one other element, among others, that really sets this plan apart. It has to do with where that fireplace is located. But the floor plan is on the screen right here. This one checks all of the boxes and plenty more. It's also finished on the lower level, and I'll show you that plan as we get closer to the end of the video. But starting here with the entry, that front porch, you've got the herringbone laid pavers there, which is a great look. All the stone, the stucco on the outside. You're going to see this contrast, the darker enamel color throughout the house. But one other design element is you're going to see a nice mix of modern as well as traditional finishes. So if you get a look at that accent wall, oh my goodness, we're going to see a couple touches just like that later on in the video. But you've got the glass panel French doors that lead into the study. So this is a flex room that's in addition to the 4 bedrooms. And as we turn the corner, I know the camera makes this look really small. It's a good sized room in real life. Got a closet in the corner, the triple stack linear windows, and then that is all bumped out, which is perfect if you want a sitting room in the office, which I think would give you some additional space there too. But across the hall from the entry, we have the half bath and a closet. But here we go, we've got another accent wall. I love the light fixture there. That was a great placement. You'll see the gold throughout the rest of the house. We got a coat closet to our right, and then our left, the powder room. Got to go bold in the powder room, and they certainly did. You've got the full dip black paint with the unique granite top here. We just don't see tops like this anymore. But backing up, what I really want to get to is this great room. The reason why is because I've toured a number of homes. Actually, one of my clients, we toured a home that was built in the late 90s, early 2000s in Lenexa, Kansas, earlier last week. One of the things you'll see that was fairly common at the time, depending on the plan, is you'll see a double-sided fireplace. So the great room on one side, and then what's more like a traditional hearth room on the other side. And I toured this home with the builder yesterday. And when they were drawing up the plan, so this is a custom home, it has not been built before. They said they felt like there was too much space here in the middle and they needed a way to break it up. So they put the fireplace right here to give you a little bit of separation, because it was originally planned for this back wall right here. And I thought that was a really clever move. And it's probably one of the big reasons why this one actually turned into a bidding war once it was listed on the market. But as you can see, you've got these soaring ceilings. Those black windows on the inside and outside really shine through. And then what I like is they still went ahead and they recessed this sitting area back here. You've got the downlighting, you've got the texture with the shiplap. And as I turn around, we'll get to it here in just a minute. This all leads out onto the covered porch right there. The nice thing is you're going to see those herringbone pavers like we saw off the entryway, but they added a couple more structural things that give you quite a bit of privacy out there as well. So the stone fireplace, it is double-sided. We are actually going to go around the corner this way. So this all opens up to the kitchen here, but I wanted to give you a shot of the hearth room because I thought this was so neat. A lot of plans these days, they're starting to feel more and more open, and they feel like one just huge space. I think this is a really unique way to bring back a concept that we just don't see anymore and really add quite a bit more functional space. So you get the hearth room right off the kitchen, They went above and beyond with the finishes in here. So you've got a dry bar, the mini fridge is already in, you've got the wine storage, and then what I'm starting to see a little bit more of is the glass panels with the downlighting. But even better than that is we've got the stained interior of the cabinets, which is such a good look. Just adds a nice hint of contrast here. But this kitchen, oh my goodness, I saw the pictures before coming out to tour with the builder. I just thought this was a really unique setup. So you've got this alcove with a hood that stretches wall to wall. On one side, you've got the garage entry and boot bench and walk-in pantry. On the other side, you've got a butler's pantry. So a ton of space here, but you've got the stained lowers, the painted uppers, the ceramic tile on the backsplash, which again, to add some more I don't want to say quite modern look, but it definitely softens the feel and gives you a nice balance here. So gas, 5-burner gas cooktop, and then a pretty good sized island here. But I love how this is all split up. So I'm going to turn around real quick. This is the butler's pantry, which it's very rare to see one of these below, let's say the 800s or 900s. So at $725, this is really welcome. You've got the sink right there, you've got another beverage cooler, and then 2 floating shelves. And it would be one thing if that was the only pantry here, but it is not. I'm gonna take you around the corner and show you what we've got. Fridge is included, stacked microwave and oven. And then you've got an additional kind of drop zone / kitchen perimeter spot here. And this mudroom is fully loaded. The boot bench, you've got lockers on both sides, the cubbies above, the stained paneling, and the bench space with cubbies below. Tons of storage in here. And then again, that blend between modern and traditional touches with the brick flooring. Now, in the garage, I'll put a shot on the screen. You do have those glass panels in the garage doors, which provide a ton of light, even when you don't have the lights on in there. But like we mentioned, you had the butler's bar that we just looked at, or the butler's pantry, and then you also have the walk-in pantry on the other side of that hood. So they did face frame shelving, they carried the brick inside. Thought that was an excellent touch. But one of the things for me that I like about this plan, it's unique. It brings back this touch of the double-sided fireplace, but it leaves all of this space very functional and open to the kitchen, while also giving you some separation in the great room. You can see the dining room is a really good size there. And I think this all just ties in very, very nicely with the added bonus of all of this right here. So you caught it in that last shot. They do have a slider from the dining room all the way over to the patio. You also have the one right here. These are not cheap. They spent a lot of money on the windows and the sliding doors throughout this house. I'm gonna click this open real quick. But what I really like is this was not an afterthought either. A lot of the time, the outdoor living spaces can feel like that. But I'm gonna step down into the grass here. You've got the herringbone pavers, which is a really good touch. And then they walled off the sides here. So the nice thing about this, you get the privacy screen, gives you a little bit more privacy. You've got the electrical that's run for a TV, because otherwise, with all the doors here, there would be no other spot to put them. So I love that they went ahead, walled this off. You've got the stucco back here as well, which is very rare to see. Usually it's just the vinyl siding or the hardy board siding back here. And then of course you can see the black windows inside and out. Now, before we head upstairs to the master bedroom, the secondary bedrooms, you're definitely going to want to stick around for that master bathroom. They did a lot of very nice touches in there as well. One thing you have to know about the area that we're in today is that if you're looking for a Kansas City suburb that's within about 30 minutes of downtown Kansas City, has a nice blend between traditional suburban feel, but also a nice little hint of small town feel as well, and its very own charming downtown area, Lee Summit. It is one of the best options, one of the best places you could go if you're interested in buying or building a new construction home. I'll put these numbers on the screen right here, because as you can see, the number of new listings for brand new homes over the last 12 months, this is the third largest market. You have more options here than most other suburbs around Kansas City, specifically when it comes to new homes. But it's not just about the number of options, it's about the price and the value you get for those as well. So you can see in that second column, the prices here, the median in Lee Summit for new homes, it comes in at $545. This one is an exception, lots of very high-end finishes. This would end up being probably closer to $1 million if we were in one of those other suburbs on the list, like Overland Park, for example, where the median price is over $200,000 higher, $785, or even Olathe, where the prices are around the $670, so over $100,000 more than here in Lee Summit. Now, big thank you to the listing agent as well as the builder for letting me show. I'll put their info on the screen. JW Thomas, they're expanding in many different communities around the Kansas City area, like Lake Winnebago, here in Summit View Farms in Lee Summit. And I'll show you exactly where that location is on the screen. They've already got amenities in. They're actually just around the corner from this home. And this builder has quite a few others on the way. But you're interested in building your own, I will leave their contact info down in the description. One thing we have to touch on with these two-story ceilings, the staircase becomes a bigger deal. They spared no expense when it came to putting these iron stair rails in, which is such a nice detail. We just don't see stuff like this because each of those panels, the cost is tremendous, but you've got the designer carpet going all the way up. And then we've got 3 bedrooms up. There's one in the lower level, and the laundry room here around the corner is very, very big. But the first one, you've got the triple stack linear windows here as well. That gives you that modern feel on the exterior. Another thing I noticed walking through with the builder yesterday is you've got casement windows throughout the house. Most of the time, casement windows, we tend not to see them until you get to like the 800s, 900s, and even sometimes at $1 million plus, you won't even see them. But the reason this matters, these are the windows that crank open. They're the only type of window that has a weather seal all the way around. So it just keeps that energy bill a little bit more efficient, a little bit lower over time. And they've got a nice look to them as well. Around the corner, we've got the laundry room. Another big deal for this price point is that you've got the built-in utility sink there. It's not every day that we see this, especially under $725, but really big space. And then around the corner, I missed this the first time I walked through it yesterday. So you've got this tower and all the cabinets right here as well. We've got a linen closet to our left here, just perfect. We've got one more secondary bedroom up. The sliding window there. This one has a walk-in closet, which I'm going to spin around the corner, give you a look at here, which is nice to see. And then you've got the stacked storage and shelves right there. But around the corner, we have the full bathroom. You've got the tub, the sliding shower door, tile, surround. And then another thing we tend to see is sometimes you'll see cultured marble or something like that. You've got full quartz here. They even upgraded the under mount sink there to the square shape instead of the oval. So very nice to see that there's no builder grade finishes in this home. But this master, they did it so well. This has every feel that you would look for at $1 million plus. You've got the accent on the ceiling, the upgraded light fixture. I love this stain accent around, the shiplap up top. And then the other thing that I like is you've got the sconces on either side of the bed, which is a really nice touch. Of course, casement windows, usually on the second floor and 2 stories at this price, but usually we're seeing single hung. So the fact that they spent the extra money for the black inside and outside. But what you also have that's very rare to see is the fireplace in here. You've got the shiplap as well. When this is on, I'm not going to turn it on. It's like 80 degrees outside. But when this is on, this actually changes colors. It lights up, which is pretty cool. Very unique. But having the fireplace, that is a nice value add. This bathroom has everything that you could want as well. So a huge wall-to-wall vanity with custom cabinets and storage built in. So one of those, you can see the towels right here. But the builder pointed this out to me. You've got the makeup counter right here on the end. If you pull this drawer, I thought this was so neat. Look at all of that. You've got the organizer, the custom organizer built in. And then on top of that, these are manufacturer, I think this is the manufacturer finish, which is super nice to see as well. So it's got a nice clear coat on it, but very, very impressive. Turning around, I almost missed one right here. You've got the master shower, which this, I have never seen a light in a niche before in the shower. You've got the Euro glass panel door. You've got this tile that looks like those kind of acoustic slats or those vertical slats that you see that are very popular. And then I like that you've got kind of the sitting area in the corner. Around from the shower, you've got the freestanding tub, and then you've got that shiplap with the darker accent. But as we turn around, you've got the water closet in the corner here, and then you've got the master closet with the upgraded store. I love that you've got the dresser right there and the stain grade top on it. There's plenty of storage. The mirror is right around the corner. But cutting to the lower level, I will put that plan on the screen right here. You had 3 bedrooms upstairs. You had that dedicated study slash flex room on the main. They decided to put a 4th bedroom down here in the lower level. The nice thing about that is you get this bonus rec space. They went ahead, they put in the window well right here to give a little bit more natural light. These are the only single hung windows throughout the house. I'm told the builder is a very big fan of the casement windows you saw everywhere else. But it is very rare to see a 2-story new construction home that already has the basement finished right off the bat. Typically, you'd have to wait around 90 days or so, depending on the builder, how much you want to finish to get something like this. Any questions buying, building a new construction home in Kansas City? There are hundreds of different builders, communities, floor plans, etc., each of which can have a massive impact on your day-to-day life, how well that home appreciates, and the price you pay at closing. I'd love to get some of the best options just like this one and more in front of you that are specific to exactly what you're looking for. So feel free, give me a phone call, text message, email. I'd love to set you up for success. Big thank you to J.W. Thomas. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing some more of their work. They take build jobs if you want to build your own custom home. They also have a handful of spec homes going up. I'll put their info down in the description. And before you go, 2 videos on the screen. You can click the one on the left-hand side, which is the video YouTube thinks you'd enjoy the most, or the one on the right that shows 5 brand new home communities coming to Overland Park, where one of them is where J.W. Thomas will be building next. So click on the left or the right, and I'll see you on the other side.